a rainy day at Antietam on the Dunker Church map. This is a scouting mission. Find the edges of the map. You can see from this point, we can alt look over and see the point, but we're way too far for anyone to hit us. And we're pretty protected from the west-northwest in case Rebs are on the fence there. Because they're defending on this map, they're going to spawn at the church, so they're going to be able to get really great defensive positions on our first push. So we need to keep that in mind, that they're going to have a full force up in this area as we push forward. The tree's a good landmark there. You can see we can't really push much farther right of this. Oh, it's Kip. It's my friend Kip calling me on the phone. Sorry, Kip, I'll call you back later. I got more important things right now. Alright, you can see I'm just following this edge. Wow, Kip's calling me on my cell phone now. That's pretty persistent. We're heading north, northwest. Just encourage you guys to always use Alt to look around when we're moving. Just to try and spot the enemy, spot any movement. So always be aware of your surroundings. You can see from this spot right here, this is actually a really great spot. If we could establish here to get shots into the line that's normally along that fence in front of the church. Right there. I'm going to push a little more right, find this edge again. Looks like I found it. That rock formation is a good area to aim for. We could take cover here against any Rebs pushing this way, or of course pushing from the woods. It's a good landmark, that tree. Has a distinct look to it. We know if we see that, we need to push in more towards that tree, which is another great landmark. And I know for a fact this is inbounds. So I think Morgan and I once camped out by this tree and did a lot of damage. Alright, so just hitting T there to get back to where the point is. Let's see how much farther we could push this way. Pushing almost due north here. If I'm correct, their spawn point is just ahead of me. So their spawn point would be west and northwest. So they can get pretty deep in here. Church being back over there, their spawn point being over there. And one of the many flaws of this game, I was out of bounds but didn't know it. let's get rid of this sword. This musket's feeling more like it. I'm going to take a little more of a direct route here because we did find the edge there. We know where it is. I'm just going to get back to that point where I was so we can take a look at good maneuver areas back there. Good ways to position ourselves as the Rebs push up out of spawn. I think it's really important to think about it that way too. On the Eastwoods map the other night when we were playing, we were really able to disrupt their ability to spawn and get back in the fight. And that's invaluable on these maps to be able to do that. And even with 4, 5, 6, 7 guys, we could do that. Hold them off, disrupt them, make them turn their attention away from the point back to us. They have to account for us back there. They can't just leave us, so anytime we could do that, we could delay people coming back to the point, and that really helps our team. Other than our ability to report enemy movement. Just want to point out another spot up here. Clearly we'd want to loop more around to the right and then come in to this spot from that area back there. We'll come into this spot over here, but I've had some success here in the past. I think a couple of you guys have been in this area with me. This is a really great spot to just settle down and get some shots into the enemy over there as they're along that fence. We always have to watch for danger coming from that direction or the north. But not a bad spot. We could settle at least for a few minutes and get some shots in on the enemy. For those of you who are experienced in this game and with the unit, you know that the Rebs like to form along this fence. They'll form from anywhere where I'm looking now to down in that area right over there. Usually the Union has at least a handful of guys pushing this direction, so they need to account for that. This is actually a really nice spot to settle into over here, right next to these rocks. Look at these shots so we can get into the fence over here. Of course we have to watch that direction, but look at this, just a beautiful spot over here. We kind of blend in, get some shots into the enemy. We could even fall back. We have a lot of room to fall back over there if we get into trouble. Alright, so I'd say we're well within bounds right here. Let's take a look at how far back it allows us to come. So the Reb spawn would be just about west, if I'm not mistaken. There's that big tree we saw earlier. Here's the road they come up as they spawn. See, they push right towards the point there. They spawn right down this road. So you can see we can almost get up to these logs here. We could form defensive positions on, I believe, either side of the road here. I'm just going to sprint just so I don't die. Get back. There we go. So these are areas all in here that we can set up defensive positions. We'd be pretty tough to see in these areas here. We can camp out over here, get some shots as they come up the road, and definitely hold them off. So let me push this way a bit. These are all areas we can operate. And I think we need to think about maps that way. Not always fighting them at the point in contention, but getting behind them and not allowing them to even get to that point. Delaying, holding them up, making them take out of line casualties as they're just running to spawn. They don't expect to get attacked in areas like this. We're going to make sure they're aware of it from this point moving forward. Here's a good landmark right here, this tree. You can see the church right there. Over in this area would actually not be a bad spot to mount attacks from, either towards their points where they come in from spawn, or even attacks at the church. They have pretty good cover here. We can run up and fire, and get reloads. See here, we're still under really good cover. Let's come over in this area. I haven't seen a lot of people operate in this area, but again, look at this. You know, we could sprint up just like this. Get some shots into them. And then just rush right back into the woods. It's important we use an alt to look behind us in these situations. And also just trying to really get into cover. Make it hard for them to find you, even if we have to run far back like this. Kneel down, reload. And we could even come out this way, get some shots into them. Up the road. I like the idea of running back and then hitting them from a different angle from where we just came. This has been another pretty common area for the Union to fight from, along this fence. They really have to push you off here. We can get shots into their side there. Of course we have to watch our flank there. They'll often push us from that flank right there if they know we're over here. We just find our edge over here. That'd be great if you could drink water out of your canteen or something to improve your stamina. The guy's dog tired right now. Alright, found the edge there. Let's right around this hill. Alright, and as you guys know, when pushing up on the left, these caissons and this artillery over in this area, these are key points to be able to leapfrog up to the point. We could duck behind these in groups of 2 or 3 to keep the suppression down. We could spread ourselves out, make them have to account for us from different points. This would be a good setup right here along this piece of artillery and those 2 front caissons. We could even get some guys up in this area, maybe in groups of 2 or 3. Really make sure that they have to, they can't just focus on us in one point. We could be getting them in somewhat of a crossfire here from 2-3 different directions, so stuff to think about. They added these caissons here not too long ago in this artillery. So these are really a great jumping off point if we even wanted to attack center at some point. Let's say they had a line over there and another line over that way. The center was lightly defended. We could definitely push up from this point. But the nice part about these spots, and even these spots farther up here, is we can observe any one of their movements. They can't really sneak up on us here. Our only danger is really left. And if they're forward, we can retreat back fast enough, especially if they're a large force trying to push us back. See if I can kneel down here. The key up this close is to kneel down in a spot where you can still get shots but not have to poke your head up out of cover. Maybe more luck on the caisson here. There you go. It's a good spot right there. Get some shots into him. You get a little bit of cover. Covered completely there. And they would often be right in that area. Again, the closer you're coming up here, the more danger you're exposing yourselves to. But if you could pick off 2-3 guys before you get picked off, then, you know, these advanced positions could be a not good option for us. It's not a bad spot over here either. Right there, really good spot. All right, let's get a viewpoint from the Confederate side. I'm just going to zoom out. Let's get a good view of this map. So this is our spawn right here. Alright, so when advancing from the left, I always recommend this cornfield. Kind of come in this way. Alright, and then move this way. Use these bushes for cover. And then leapfrog your way up these caissons and artillery. You can make your way over here. Can definitely push this way towards this fence. Get some good shots into the enemy. Then definitely getting back in this woods when we can. Attacking them coming out of spawn, or mounting attacks from the woods here to the Dunkard Church. Again, spawn right there on the other side of that artillery. Moving this way, you can get on this side of the fence. This is about the edge of the map right here. So you can move in this way. You can mount attacks towards the church. Get in the woods. Get in this area where we have cover. Push up this way. Get shots into the Dunkard Church. They love these fences over here. Right here. And right here. These are their spots. Oh, hey, Nightcast. How are you, buddy? Can you hear me, Nightcast? Alright guys, I'm back. You can see I was trying to recruit that guy, but he died. Alright, so let's gather point here. There it is. Looks like this is off to the side of that road. Let's kind of figure out where this is in relation to that road with the logs was. I think when these guys spawn, they actually spawn in 2-3 different points back here. See if we can acquire that road. to sit up here. That's odd, I can't find that road. I'm assuming their edge of the map is pretty close to our edge of the map, but it's not always the case. There's a church right there. Ah, there it is. So I spawned well right of that road to see where that road comes out exactly. So this is what we talked about before, camping out in these areas, getting some good shots. But you see, they could definitely flank around us this way. If they spawn right up that area, they can definitely flank us this way, so that's something we'd have to be aware of. So if I remember, this was our edge over here for Union. I'm assuming it's their edge too. Although, they're really not going to be pushing over here too much. They might be, but probably not as much as us, because they need to defend. And it would be important for them. There it is. Be important for them to really push their forces more towards the middle and having to defend. Alright, let me see if I can reacquire that road. Alright, here's that road. And there's our point. And I noticed when guys come out of spawn, they generally like roads. I mean, it's not that they won't cut through this over here, but I could definitely see a lot of guys coming out this area. So again, good opportunities to shoot from over that direction towards these guys. You can see the excellent view of the battlefield these guys have from here. It's why it's really hard for us to get around their flanks on this map, because they could really observe what we're doing. Alright, just have to be aware of some Union guys over here. These guys might start shooting at me. Ooh, there's a guy there. Let me see if I can sneak up on him. Heard a shot from over there. I know there's a guy over there somewhere. If I'm smart, and I am, I'm going to get in the woods. fix bayonet too. Didn't expect to get in a fight on this scouting mission, but if these guys want to fight, I'll bring it. Let's see. Alright, well, I'm not too concerned about this guy capping the point. I really just want to find the reg over here, but I just want to be ready if I run into these guys. Although, you know, this guy's going to cap pretty soon here, so see if I could sneak up on him. There they are. I'm so shaky. I don't think they see me. Damn it to hell. Alright, let me find the edge here. These guys aren't going to let me do it. Now look at that, we're capping back. How'd that happen? Unless they're chasing me. Alright, so just in looking at this and with my memory from the last time we played this map, they definitely can flank us on those caissons over there. That's really what I wanted to see. Alright boys, that'll do it. Thanks for watching the scouting video. Hope you learned something from it.